Good morning, everybody. I am making a quick video on questions from the review, the test review. Note, don't have my typical document camera, so we're going to see how this goes. Alrighty, guys, so first off, you are given a balanced equation in question number 1, and you're given a known and unknown that you must find from the question. Your known is 4.55 moles of chromium sulfate, chromium 3 sulfate, and your unknown is moles of calcium nitrate. From the units here of moles and moles, we know we're doing a mole-to-mole calculation. Relative to our stoichiometry roadmap, this is moles of A to moles of B, or this being your moles of A, and this being your moles of B. Essentially what you do is you put your known over 1 to begin. That's exactly what you wrote down for your known, 4.55 mole Cr2SO4 parentheses 3. And we're going to put that over 1 because Miss Erickson's solving this calculation. Remember, you don't have to put your known over 1. It's just what Miss Erickson does. And then she's going to multiply it by the relationship. Now, I don't have my stoichiometry roadmap, but the relationship you should find going from moles of A to moles of B should be a mole ratio. Guys, if you don't understand mole ratios by now, you need to work on this because it's going to be on the test. Mole ratios come from the balanced equation. It's basically a fraction of 2 of the things from the balanced equation. In this case, it'll be a fraction of chromium sulfate and calcium nitrate. Note that as I circle these 2 things, that the numbers in front, called the coefficients, oops, there's none there, are circled as well. That's because this is essentially saying that there's 3 moles of calcium nitrate for every 1 mole, because there's no number, it's an implied 1, of this substance, chromium sulfate. Okay, we're going to turn that into a fraction. Note that when we do multiply by fractions, whatever we're putting on the bottom is always going to be trying to cancel out this thing on the top, aka it should match exactly what this substance is. Since it says this unit is moles of chromium sulfate, we don't want the number, just the moles of chromium sulfate. That means we want moles chromium sulfate on the bottom here. Going back up here to our relationship, you had 3 moles of calcium nitrate for every 1 mole of chromium sulfate. Well, the number in front of chromium sulfate is 1, so I'm going to plug that 1 in my calculation. I've used up this part. Now I'm going to plug that part on top. Oh, I did that wrong. Yep. Wrong formula right there. It said 3 moles calcium nitrate, not chromium sulfate. There we go. Note, unit here and here are the same. Diagonally, they are the same, thus they will cancel. Can you guys all see that? Okay. Multiply, it'll be 4.55 times 3. 1 times 1 on the bottom. The unit that didn't cancel is going to be in our answer, so let's go ahead and plug that in. Moles calcium NO3 parentheses 2. You will have to calculate this. I do not have my calculator. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the second calculation. In the second calculation, make sure you can see it. We have a equation. It was not balanced. You must balance it first. The balancing goes 2, 1, 1, 2. And we are given once again moles of copper and our unknown is moles of zinc. This is another moles to mole calculation. aka moles of A, to another substance, moles of B. Like in the previous calculation, the relationship here is going to be a mole ratio. And I'll actually put it in the right spot for once. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my known down exactly into my calculation. So note I'm writing 13.2 moles copper. I'm going to put that over 1. I'm going to now multiply it and find my mole ratio. So that was moles of copper to moles of zinc. Essentially this says 2 moles Cu equals 1 mole of Zn. Turn that into a fraction form. Just like you might be expecting, we're trying to keep the unit here the same as the one down here, diagonally the same so they will cancel. So we're going to put the 2 mole of Cu on bottom, use that part up, so we're putting the other half on top, 1 mole Zn. Okay, cancel out your units that cancel, so moles of copper, unit that doesn't cancel will be in our answer. Take this number times the top number, bottom number times each other. You will have to solve for this. I don't have my calculator, but if this is what you did with your calculator, you probably got the right number. Okay, go ahead and finish up questions number 1 and 2. This has been provided. You can expect at least, in fact, I'm not even going to say that. You can guarantee there's 1 mole to mole problem on the test. Note, I just did 2 questions real quick in 7 minutes. You want to be doing them at least in 5 minutes, okay? I would expect it not to take so long, but since we do have a limited time tomorrow, make sure that you're fluid and comfortable enough identifying if it's a mole-to-mole calculation. It's probably going to be the easiest calculation you'll do tomorrow. I know you'll do at least 3 calculations. Okay? One of them is pretty much guaranteed to be a mole-to-mole problem, like on your test review. One of them is going to be a mass-to-mass problem, and one of them is going to be just a random anything from your stoichiometry roadmap. So be prepared to use your stoichiometry roadmap. Alrighty guys, I'll put some more videos up soon to help you work out the rest of the problems for your test review.